add products and like here. Let me close this. Oh man, how come all the filters on TikTok make you look like there's no brown girl friendly filter on TikTok? You look, I don't know, like you look pale. Hey, good evening. It's evening for me. I don't know where you are in the world, but it's evening for me. So good evening. All the filters on TikTok either make you look pale or make you look ashy or something, like, I don't know. They need some brown girl friendly filters, because them filters are not it. Not it. Because I mean, that's facts. That's true. That's true. But you know, sometimes I get home from work. I've been working all day, and I'm like, let me jump on live. So I be feeling like I might need a little help, smooth out the skin or something. Let me I'm gonna pin my school in the comments in case if you are, hold on, if you are a,
Mom.
yeah?
You know that empty grass pitch by the pool?
The what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to go walk over there?
No, that's a far walk.
You know what? I don't know how to get back.
That's a very far walk.
I know how to get back.
Hey,
I know you. I understand you know how to get back, but it's still too far for y'all to walk.
Mommy, I just played something.
No. You're not gonna have all the parents mad at me.
Mom,
Yes.
I played soccer game.
Oh, that's good. Go play. Okay, so if you are a nursing student, potential nursing student, or a new nurse, I'm pinning my community because it is free. It is free, so you can join that community. I go live there. I post all my live replays there. Post all my live replays there. Helpful information there. I'm just pinning it on my TikTok real quick. Wait a second. Oops. Okay. So, I'm sure most of us have seen the TikTok of the young lady explaining how mid-test one of her classmates was escorted out of the exam for cheating. And so, like, if you're curious, like, how in the world, how is that even possible? Like, how is that a thing? Well, apparently it was the dean that was in the class with them, watching them take this test, because apparently it turns out the same student they kind of suspected already. So on this particular test, they brought the dean in to walk around and observe and watch and look. So the test, she said it was an HCI test, so it was a proctored test. So as the dean was walking around, the girls hands were in her lap, but the mouse was moving on her computer screen. So it was obvious that she wasn't the one controlling the mouse. She had paid somebody to take her test remotely. And I'm like, the time, the energy, the research that you had to do to even find somebody to do that, like who, the thought process, like how would you even know that that's a thing? I didn't even know that that was a thing that you could even do. Like what? And then the girl telling the story said that this was their final exam. Like this was the exam right before they were about to graduate and be nurses. So it's like you get to the very end just to get kicked out. That's insane work. So you were in school at least 2 years, at least. And I'm just like, and apparently the girl that got kicked out, they said that she is banned forever from taking NCLEX. So it doesn't matter if she moves to another state. It don't matter what she do, because she can't take the NCLEX, period. So she'll never be a nurse. And it's like all that for what? All that when you could have just studied. Like you could have just studied. All the time and effort you put into cheating, you could have just studied. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's difficult, but as many nurses as it is out there, like obviously it can be done. To throw it all away, literally. Like now you could never be a nurse. Now it don't matter what you do. You can't go anywhere. And I'm like, I shared a story on my TikTok, I don't know, maybe some months ago, about the nursing director at that school in Florida. I don't even know if it was a real school or like a real accredited school, but anyway, she got, I don't know if she got sentenced to 20 years, but they were trying to give her 20 years because they had a whole like system down there where they were selling, they basically had like a diploma mill down there. Like they were selling fake diplomas, fake diplomas, and somehow these nurses that bought these fake diplomas, somehow they were still able to actually go and take NCLEX. And the ones that were lucky enough to actually pass NCLEX are nurses somewhere. That's the scary part. Because these people got away with selling thousands, like maybe tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of fake licenses. And a lot of people didn't pass, but a lot of people did pass. So I'm sure they can't keep track of who are all the people that went and bought these fake licenses. So they don't know. There's some nurses somewhere taking care of people, sick people that did not go to nursing school a day in their life. And that's scary. That is scary. But I don't know. I talk about it in a lot of my lives, in a lot of my recordings. Like, these are the things that it takes to pass nursing school. These are the testing skills that you need to know. These are the study skills that you need to know. Because nursing school is difficult, but it's not impossible. And it definitely is not worth you getting in there, because it's hard enough to get in there. You know how many people apply to nursing school and can't get in? You know how many people apply to nursing school and can't get in? They've applied multiple times, or they had to go to another school in another city they don't even live in just to get accepted into a program. You get in a program and this is what you do. Like, for real, what are we doing? What are we doing? That is insane work. And then somebody said, y'all out here being taken care of by Quizlet nurses. Scary. I'm like, using Quizlet to study and pass a test is nowhere near the same thing as using Quizlet to study and pass a test is nowhere near the same thing as okay. Let me get set up. Okay. Okay. I'm good. Okay. My oldest son turned 15 today, so he's got some friends over there outside screaming and being loud like boys. And then what's crazy is that there was people in the comments on the stitch that I made of that video, saying that, oh, this happened at my school and I know somebody that did this. Like, so this is like a thing. That's what's crazy. This is a thing. That's wild. That is wild. I do not remember a situation when I was in school, in nursing school, anybody cheating, anybody being kicked out. Now I do remember that there was supposedly a rumor that there was somebody under suspicion, that they thought that she got her hands on a test bank, because at first she wasn't necessarily doing like that great on her test. It's not like she was failing or anything, but like she wasn't like, it wasn't like A's and B's type grades, but then it eventually became A's and B's type grades. So I remember her being like supposedly under suspicion, but I'm assuming they never could prove anything like that, because she made it all the way through. Like, she didn't get in trouble or kicked out, so that could have just been a rumor. But that's why I'm like, why in the world? Corbin, are you done with my phone? But that's why I'm like, okay, if this is becoming more and more prevalent, like this is a thing of people of more and more people being caught cheating. Why in the world would anybody think? Corbin, are you done with my phone? Can you do me a favor and put the detergent in the washing machine? So, if this is becoming more and more of a thing, like, why would anybody even think it's remotely a good idea to allow students to take their NCLEX at home? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, it literally makes no sense. In my brain, it makes no sense. And then somebody made a comment in my one of my that last video that she had to take some test at home, and whenever they proctor it or wash it or whatever, like, you can't have anything in the background. You can't look away from your screen. You can't, like, blow your nose. You can't, like, do anything except be focused on your test. But I'm just like, that's not gonna stop nobody from cheating. People are finding very elaborate ways to cheat. Let me find that source. I'm gonna find that source. In case you don't believe me. Okay. This is on the NCLEX.com website.
That's Roy, okay? Take her outside. You want her outside or inside?
Either, I don't care. Alright. So on NCLEX.com, it says, imagine taking the NCLEX at home. NCSBN is exploring technology that would allow candidates to take the NCLEX outside of traditional test centers. This new way to test the NCLEX will offer candidates more convenience, flexible hours, greater comfort, more choice, and easier access. Here, Court. No.
Oh, hi.
I'm sure the technology is gonna be like some fancy way of trying to, like, I'm sure it's gonna have some fancy technology embedded in it that can, like, somehow figure out if you're cheating or not, some kind of way, I don't know, or you might have a better chance, I don't know, but it just, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea at all whatsoever. Because when I went to go take my certification exam, this is the certification test to become specialized. I mean, yeah, like certified in my specialty, in the specialty that I work in. I work in ambulatory care, so I took the test to become ambulatory care nursing certified. So when I went to take that test, yes, I was at a testing center, and them people at that testing center, Them people at that testing center was not playing no games. You hear me? They was not playing no games. You couldn't come in there with nothing. No purse. I had my wallet so I can give them my ID because you do have to show your ID. So I had my wallet, my keys, my phone. Actually, no, you had to leave your phone in the. I left my phone in the car. I believe you had to leave your phone outside. You couldn't bring your phone in there. So you had to come in there with nothing. I was only allowed to have my wallet and my keys at the testing center. I had on leggings and a sweater just in case it was cold in there. But you weren't, if you did come in there with a jacket, you couldn't wear a jacket. You had to take that jacket off. So I had on a sweater, I had on leggings, and I had on socks and some Crocs, I think. So I had to lock up my wallet and my keys. When I walked in, they had me raise up the sleeves of my sweater so they could see my arms. I had to raise up the legs of my leggings so they could see my legs. I had to take off my Crocs so they could make sure there was nothing in my shoes. I wear glasses. I take my glasses off so they can inspect my glasses. Because, you know, like, there's a lot of people with Meta glasses now. Like, you could put, like, just in case, you know, somebody tried to put something in their glasses, so they had to inspect your glasses. What else did they do? It was like high security, basically. Like, it was like going through TSA or something. They weren't playing, but now y'all talking about letting people take the English at home. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? That don't make no sense. They might just have to see. They might just have to see that it's not a good idea. But like, I don't see how you can. Like, what's the rationale? What is the rationale that makes sense behind that? Because I can't think of one. I can't think of a single one. Especially if there's more and more instances of people cheating, being caught cheating. Like, why would we do that? And you know, I don't want to be like the old lady, sound like an old lady or whatnot, but nursing school is hard for a reason. Like, it's hard for a reason, and it should be hard. It's hard because you are literally, once you get out of school, like, yeah, most of what you're gonna learn is once you get out there and start working. But in school, you're learning the basics. Like, you're learning how to, like, what are the signs you should look for if somebody's crashing? What are normal vital signs? What are abnormal vital signs? What are normal labs? What are abnormal labs? What do these meds do? What are the side effects of these meds? Like, what should you look out for if somebody's allergic to something and they're having an adverse reaction? Like, school teaches you stuff like that. Like, and if there's people out there that have never gone to nursing school, but they are passing tests or they're buying licenses and just going to go take an NCLEX, like, that is scary for all of us, the public. For if any one of us gets sick, or our kids get sick, or our parents get sick, somebody in our family gets sick, you end up in the hospital. What if you're that person that's being taken care of by that nurse that has absolutely no idea what they are doing? Scary. Scary. Mm-mm. No. There's other things that you can do that you can make pretty good money that doesn't involve you taking care of people. Like if you just wanna do something that's gonna allow you to make some pretty good money, there's other things. It don't gotta be nursing. There's other things that you can do. If you gotta cheat your way through school, there's other things that you can do to make some money. I promise you. I promise you. Let's not put grandma at risk just because you want to be greedy. Just because you want to be greedy. And I promise you, look. Yeah, we make pretty good money as nurses. The things we deal with and the things we go through. If it's literally only about the money, you won't be in it long. I promise you. You won't be in it long. Because I guarantee you're going to say it's not worth it. You're going to say it's not worth it. I promise you. If it's literally only about the money, you're going to say it's not worth it. I promise you. I done been kicked, I done been swung at, I done been cussed out. There was just a story recently in the city where I live, where the first hospital I ever worked at as a nurse. This was a cop, a Houston cop, that he ended up assaulting two nurses. Hello. He ended up assaulting two nurses, one of which was pregnant. He punched them, knocked one unconscious. I don't remember if it was the other one or the pregnant one, but the pregnant one, I remember they said he knocked her to the ground and then hit her with a printer. Like, the stuff that you deal with as a nurse, the stuff that you deal with, if it's just money, you ain't finna stay. You ain't finna stay. I can guarantee you that. I don't know how I got on that tangent, but back to the cheating. Back to the cheating. I just feel like it takes more effort. Thank you for liking my live. Thank you. It takes more time and effort. It takes more time and effort to do all of that. Like, you gotta go research this elaborate way to cheat. You gotta go research somebody that has the capability of doing what it is that you're looking for. How do you even find that? How do you find somebody that is able to log into your test remotely? Like, how do you even find that? My flowers are gasted. My flowers are gasted. I wouldn't even know what to look for. And be scared. You not scared? I would have been scared. As soon as I walked in there, people would have been like, what's going on with her? I'd have been so nervous. I'd have been so nervous about what I'm about to do. Like, what are we doing? That's probably how she got caught. What's wrong, boo? Huh? Go get your own ball out the room. But I'm saying all this to say, cheating is not worth it. It ain't never gonna be worth it. The repercussions that's gonna come out of it is like, you're doing all of this just to you're gonna ruin your future. You're gonna ruin whatever it is that you was trying to come into nursing school to do. Now it's ruined. And potentially your life is ruined. Because this is gonna follow you. This is gonna follow you everywhere you go. Like this girl. Go look in Sissy room. This girl, wherever she is able to get into school next, go look in Sissy room. It's obviously not going to be nursing, but now it's like it probably doesn't even matter. Go look. It probably doesn't even matter what she does. This is going to follow her for the rest of her life, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. So if you feel like nursing school is so difficult, go ask Sissy for her ball. If you feel like nursing school is so difficult that you need to pay somebody. Hey, Court.
Yeah?
Where's your volleyball?
It's in here.
Let him play with it.
Which one?
What?
It?
Yeah. Let him take it outside. He's right there.
I know.
Oh.
What's wrong here? They won't let him
But,
play.
so if you, who cheated? So if you go on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, there is a girl on there. Her page is Gracefully Shauna, I believe is the name. Gracefully Shauna. She's telling a story. She's got a few different reels now. She's telling a story of her and her classmates taking their last final exam right before they're set to graduate. And a girl was, I guess they had already suspected her of cheating. Well, the dean was there to oversee the test, to walk around and just monitor everybody and what they were doing. So the girl was caught cheating. And the way she was caught cheating was that she had her hands in her lap, but the mouse on the computer was still moving across the screen. And turns out that she had paid somebody to take her test remotely. So the dean caught her cheating. She was escorted out of the exam and kicked out of school. And not only was she kicked out of school, she was banned forever from taking the NCLEX period. So she can't even go to another school. Like, she can't try and go to school anywhere because she won't be able to take the NCLEX. So she'll never be a nurse. Period. She's never going to be a nurse. So yeah, that's what happened. But so I talked about, or I posted part of that reel of her telling the story. And then I said on the end of the reel, look, if you're needing help with school, or if you're at a point where you believe cheating is the only option, then my thought is you've waited too long to reach out for help. Like, you're struggling and you don't want to say nothing, because nursing school is hard, but it is doable. It is doable if you are studying the correct way, because there's a correct way to study. And I created a 10-step guide to passing nursing school, and I just haven't posted it yet, but I'm going to, because obviously it's necessary, because there's a way to pass nursing school, and nursing school is different from any other school. Like, if you're going from high school straight to like community college and into a nursing program, or even if you've taken other college classes and then you start nursing school, these are two totally different worlds. Because I used to be that high school student, or I used to be that college student before nursing school that could take the information that we needed to know, read it, cram for a few hours the night before the test, go in there, pass with an A or B. I used to be able to do that. I was that student. I could do that. Nursing school, there's no such thing. You can't do that. There's no way to cram in nursing school and pass. Like, you have to study a few hours every single day. So I'm talking about nursing exams, and nursing exams being different from regular college exams, regular college courses. In nursing school, you cannot cram for tests. Like, you have to study a little bit every single day. And then the material, you can't just go trying to memorize all the material, because there's no possible way for you to do that. It's just too much information. So you kind of have to learn, okay, well, what's the most important? Like, what do I actually need to focus on to get to the right answer? And then it's a lot of critical thinking, as far as like, if the question is asking me, what should the nurse do first? I need to know my prioritization. Like, I need to know, well, what is the most important? So I need to know my ABCs. I need to know that assessment comes before interventions. Stuff like that. Like, there's stuff that you learn in nursing school or as you're going, that like, if you don't master those things, then yeah, you're gonna struggle through nursing school. Yeah. So I should be able to post it, I would say within the next few days, and it's gonna be like super cheap, because I was a college student, and I know what it's like to be like, look, I ain't got a whole lot of extra money for nothing else. So yeah, I'm gonna post that. And I also too, that's why I put my nursing community in the comments, and I pinned it, because in there, like, whenever I go live, I post all of my live replays on that community. And I have uploaded some of my old notes from school. I've uploaded some other resources on there, and that community is free. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing. So why not get in there? It's free. So yeah, because I want to see nursing students win. I want to see new nurses win. That's who I'm trying to reach. Those are the people I'm trying to reach, is the students and the new nurses, because I was that nursing student once and I was that struggling new nurse once. And I talked about my story a little bit on TikTok, but the reason why I know these things is because I did my associates first, and then I went back for my BSN. I will be going back for my MSN, I think sometime this year. Maybe. If not this year, for sure next year. But, like, I struggled a little bit through nursing school. Like, I had to figure things out the hard way. Like, dosage calculations. What did you say was right? My nursing school community, it's pinned. It's the pinned comment, the link. You can join that community. It's free. But yeah, I struggled somewhat through nursing school, and I had to figure things out, and that's why I am helping nursing students and new nurses. Dosage calculations kicked my butt. I hated them. I still do. Like, dosage calculations is not my forte. Like, it's just not. Now, the other stuff, okay, the other stuff I can do, but I hate those dosage calculations. And when I was in nursing school, the dosage calculation test was called posology. It was the posology exam. And if I remember correctly, it was our first semester in fundamentals. And in order to proceed through fundamentals, you had to pass the posology exam with 100. Like, you couldn't even miss a single question. You couldn't even miss a single question. So I remember I took the posology exam. I missed two. And so they allowed you to retake it one more time. And if you didn't make 100, then you was gonna be out the program. So I'm like having panic attacks, like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? Like, I gotta pass, I gotta get 100, I can't get kicked out. And it was only like me and two other girls that had to retake the test. And so I did my studying. I worked with one of the teachers. She was tutoring me on dosage calculations, took my retest, made 100, made it through. I was like, oh my God, thank you, Lord, thank you. So past fundamentals with a B. We go on to med-surg. Med-surg, in my school, passing was a 74.5 or higher. So you had to make a 74.5. So, nope, we all made it. We all made it to the finish line, thank God, yeah. No, we all made it. So, med-surg comes around. I did good on most, I did good-ish on most of my exams, but there was one exam that I did not do that well in. It took me out. Because by the end of med-surg, my average was a 74.43. That's how close I was to passing. What? It's like you don't have time for what question? What question that I don't have time for? Anyways, so I failed med-surg by that tiny little bit. I needed a 74.5. I had a 74.43. So I was on the borderline of being kicked out of school again. So they had to do a review, decide, okay, are we gonna allow the students, because I wasn't the only one, there was a few of us. I'm like, what are you explaining? I'm explaining my nursing school journey. That's what I'm explaining. Oh, that was my ice cream. Yeah. So they decided to let the ones that were like super close to passing but wasn't quite there, they allowed us to retake med-surg that summer. So I had to retake med-surg during the summer of my program. And then I ended up passing med-surg with a B. But by the end of it, oh, y'all done outside?
Keelan can tell you why.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. Okay.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good.
Ezra, go close the door. No, this one.
I'll close it.
Thank you. So, but by the end of it, once we finished and I finished med-surg for the second time with a B, like, I was like, oh my God, I was panicking. I was like, why? But by the end of it, I was grateful. I was grateful that I had to do it for a second time because the information, because I was exposed to it 2 times, it stuck. And I was able to like really understand it, taking it the second time. So by the time, go ahead. So after med-surg, it was PD. Then it was psych.
Mom,
Yeah. What?
where's
What?
the big fan?
I put it in your room.
No, it's gone.
Well, Corbin must have took it out.
Why?
I don't know.
Can I come get it back?
Just ask her for it. Yeah. Tell her I said to give it to you. I think it was PD, then it was psych, and then it was critical care was the last semester. But every semester after that, I passed with a B. And actually, psych, I passed with an A, and I liked psych the least. Psych was my least favorite, but I passed with an A. But yeah, what I thought was bad.
Because we're using it.
Kids. What I thought was bad ended up being for my good, because now I have the information down and now I can explain it to other people. Now I can, hey, I had that in his room because he's gonna have a lot of people in there and it's gonna be hot. I put it in there for a reason.
Then what am I gonna use?
You don't need it right now. You're okay. But yeah. So now I understand the information. Now I can explain it, and now I can break it down easier for those that don't understand it like I didn't. So that's why I have my school community. That's why I have this 10-step guide to passing nursing school, because there is a strategy and there is a way to do it. Especially if you're struggling, like, please read it, please. And then once you do become a nurse, then I also have, need your help, nurse. And then I also have a new grad nurse 101 book. And that helps you in your transition from school to the bedside, because that is a whole different world as well. So if you're a nursing student, if you're a new nurse, just reach out. I'm here for you. Let me know what you need. DM me. Join the community. You can go live with me when I go live. Ask me whatever you want to ask me. You can also book tutoring. If you need tutoring, you can book tutoring. You just have to click the link. Click the link in my bio. All right, so I am about to get offline. What graduate programs are you interested in? So my thought was, at first, okay, I am kind of leaning more towards wanting to do something remotely. So my thought at first was nursing informatics. That was my thought. But now I'm like, I'm kind of leaning towards NP, but the adult gerontology primary care route. That's what I'm leaning towards now. So I kind of just have to like think about where I want to go next in my nursing career, because like I don't necessarily want to go back to bedside, but in either one of those I don't really have to go back to the bedside. So I'm not sure. I got time to think about it. I'm not sure. Those are the two that I'm leaning towards. I don't know yet. I just kind of feel like also too that I can there's more avenues in the NP route. Like there's so many different avenues I can take. Like I can do lots of different things with NP, but I can't do lots of different things with informatics. If I do informatics, I'm kind of like stuck a little bit. I'm stuck in that field. So nurse anesthesia. No, I can't do, I don't even really want to do that, honestly. But even if I could, I wouldn't want to, but I can't, because nurse anesthesia, you have to have a background in critical care. You have to have a background in ICU, and I don't. My background is med-surg, and I went from med-surg to day surgery to interventional radiology, and now I work in an interventional pain management clinic. So nurse anesthesia is out of the question. And I don't want to do that. They make a lot of money though. They do. They make a lot of money. Okay, I'm getting off. My kids are gonna be very loud. It's my oldest son's birthday. He's 15 today. And he's got friends over and they're being super loud. So, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good Thursday night. Bye.